Hello friends, Marcy here, and I have a new pen to share with you. It is a MAJOHN, previously Moonman, and the little text on the box says, feel the temperature of writing. So let's get into this, and oh my goodness, this is supposed to be a mini pen. Oh, that's huge. Wow. Okay, this is supposed to be, oh, I'm too close. This is supposed to be a mini pen. That's not mini. That's humongous. This is the MAJOHN, previously Moonman Q1, and it's an eyedropper pen. Hence the little tools that come with the eyedropper. Wow, that's not very mini, because it's like a pocket pen. But let me pull out some of my other pocket pens real quick, if I can grab them. So I know one's here. It is my eyedropper pen, the Opus 88 Mini. So let's look at that. Oh, very similar in length. Actually, the Opus 88 is just a little bit longer, but not as wide. And when I first got this pen, I thought it was a Chunky Monkey, but that's Chunky Chunky Monkey Monkey. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to think about that. Okay, so I'm sorry, I disappeared for a minute as I'm grabbing some other pocket pens for comparison. We have the TWSBI Diamond Mini. Very similar in size to the Opus 88 Mini, and here is your Kaweco. That happens to be the AL Sport. I do have one more little tiny mini. How am I doing on getting out of screen? This is my tiniest little tiny mini, and that is the Kaweco. That's the Lilliput. So wow, what a difference between this, the grasp diameter here, and this one. Put those side by side, and for that eye comparison, oh my goodness. So I don't even know what that's gonna feel like to hold. Okay, let me put these aside again. I'll tuck them back into their little case in a moment. But let's open this up. I don't know. Open it up or weigh it. I'm curious as to how much it weighs. It won't be a very fair comparison to weigh this uninked here, but let's do it. All right. So in grams, capped, 35 3/4, almost 36 grams. And that's an acrylic body, acrylic resin body. Oh, wow. Oh, that's kind of like a magnifying glass dome finial. That's kind of interesting. What do we got down here? Yeah, same effect. All right. Oh, and on this cap band, it does say MAJOHN. All right. Oh, just for curiosity's sake, let me, before I put that away, let me pop the closest to it, Opus 88 Mini, which is the Coffeeholic. So almost 26 grams. So that's quite a bit more in weight. All right. Interesting. And I did order the clear. I think clear demonstrator pens are interesting because you get to see what's going on, but also you get to see your messes. So if you don't keep your pen clean, you know it. All right, let's take this apart. In our nib, I wonder if that is a useful magnifying glass. I'll have to play with that later to see if it really works. So I have the extra fine on the nib. You can see the decor right here above the threaded collar there, it does have an EF for extra fine, and the nib says MAJOHN. Other letters underneath, I'm not sure what they are. A little bit of decoration. And I don't want that to roll around because I don't want my nib to get bent. Like I had to replace the nib on this one, if you remember that in a previous video. Anyway, so one more thing we can check before we ink it up is the cap turns. I really love my TWSBIs, but they, oh my goodness, taking the cap on and off in meetings is, and it's long, so they're not enjoyable for note-taking in business meeting or at school. So we're going to have a half and one full turn, quarter, 1 1/2. Okay, 1 3/4 turns to remove our cap here. And this being an eyedropper pen, I need to get one of my TWSBI boxes and get out some silicone grease just for safety's sake. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I have so many TWSBI pens, and I have a lot of this that comes with. I'm very appreciative of TWSBI company for supplying the tools that you need along with the pens and the silicone grease. So I have chosen an ink. I'll show you before we get it out, but I think I want to use a syringe so I can measure instead of the eyedropper that comes with. I just want to measure my milliliters here on the syringe as I put it in and see what we get inside there. So a little bit of coverage here. That's very, very pretty, that gold and the clear acrylic. So I'm going to open this up, apply the silicone grease, and so the eyedropper, you would just use the eyedropper tool to pull up ink and drop it straight into the body here, the barrel of the pen. But again, I'm going to use the syringe so I can measure. And here's a story about my bottle here. My bottle of ink was the Noodler's cactus fruit, but my lid cracked, and so I had to put it in a new bottle. But this is the Noodler's cactus fruit. It's gorgeous color, and so I think a gorgeous color needs to be in a demonstrator pen just to show it off. So let's get, first off, a little bit of protection here on, actually, let me drop it right on here and then rub it in. Okay, now give it a good rub. Just as an extra sealing gasket here on the threads. All right, plenty with some leftover. All right, next up, sorry, delivery man, hold on. Okay. So I'm going to start with uh, 3 milliliters of ink. See how this measures. I won't be able to tilt it for long, but it's just interesting and gorgeous to watch the ink flowing into there. Okay, so there's a tad bit of room there at the top. I don't know if you can see, for some extra ink, but I'm not going to push it. So we got a good fill of 3 millimeters there. And there is a tiny drop inside my thread. I'm going to try to wipe that out. Of course, the silicone grease should be there and ready. All right, and since this was a syringe fill into the barrel, yeah, there's ink in the threads here. I'm going to cap this and let gravity do a little work to pull some ink down into the feed. And while I cap up my inks and clean up the table a bit, I shall return. Okay, while we have that gravity feeding down, we can look at this MAJOHN manual. And it's not specific to this pen. It's just converters, pistons, push button, eyedroppers, just a variety of filling systems and some cleaning tips. So, in 2 languages. All right, so let's move this aside and see. Let's put some paper and see if we have, but that's so pretty. See if we have the gravity feed of our ink going down yet. So we have, oh yeah. And this is the extra fine. That's nice. How do I spell that? All right. Just like and John, MAJOHN. And this is a Q1 extra fine clear converter or clear demonstrator pen. No converter, it is eyedropper. And we are enjoying this pen on a Saturday, February. Oh, that's a nice February ink color, by the way. February 18th, 2023. And I'm going to put just a little pressure. There's not much line width variation here on this extra fine nib, but it writes smoothly. Not much feedback for a very fine nib. And this Noodler's cactus fruit works well on this pen. Dries quickly. So, wow, that's too cute. I mean, it's a little bitty giant. A little bitty giant, that's what it is. All right, and after I experience this pen more, I'm gonna have to take that to school and just like, wow, some eyes, you know? After I experience this pen more, we'll revisit with some more information and updated review. But wow, so cute, right? How can something so large be so cute? Yeah. Y'all have a blessed day.